These are the porch lights. You can see how it moves. It needs to be fixed. If it gets knocked or anything, at some point it could actually damage it. Also, once it's fixed, it's in place, it's not moving, and you probably have to take it down. You want a cork all the way around here, because as it is at the moment, water's going to get in there. It'll certainly get called out by a home inspector. He may not call out the fact it moves, because he may not have moved it like I do, but corking is important. I'm at the front elevation, we're doing an exterior inspection. We have a column here. These columns actually contain timber. They need to breathe and should have at the base of them, at the base of this column, should be a weep hole on each face. Simply what you do is you drill a hole through the base, and that allows you to get to it. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, we have a weep hole. There's the weep hole, which is covered by the grading. So okay, we've got a weep hole, we can ignore that. Okay, we're going to go start on the right elevation. What we're looking for is condition of foundation, walls, windows and grading. Here we've got a little bit of erosion going on. I would say that erosion's probably caused by the sprinkler here. It's running too long and it's taking away the ground and the grass. Now I have a window here and it has a steel lintel. Because it's steel, that lintel should actually have weep holes over the top of it. So you can install those by drilling holes through. The whole idea is to allow the air to circulate in the cavity wall behind it. It stops moisture building up. Moisture can lead to rusting lintel. That can also lead to mould inside the drywall. Now the caulking is deteriorating around the windows and it's probably time to re-caulk. Caulking only lasts about 4 to 5 years in this environment. Yeah, you can see here it's cracked. It's in poor condition down here too. Caulking is essential because it prevents hot air getting in the summer and water getting in when it rains, all of which again can lead to that dreaded thing called mould, and you do not want that. And simply recorking actually fixes it, and it's not a particularly expensive job to get done. Now here, down the wall here, you've got some cracks in the mortar, only small. There's one big one there, and that's going to allow water in. So you want to have that repointed. Up here you've got gaps opening up, and that's into the porch. Now the porch is probably separated from the rest of the building, but that doesn't matter. Water's going to get in there. It'll come off that roof at the rake of the roof there, and it can easily penetrate into that part of the attic. You'd never know it was there, frankly. Again, the caulking around the building's deteriorating. You see it peeling here? It's really got to be renewed, so re-caulk around the whole of the building. It will save you a lot of aggravation and also protect the building. We're now at the rear left elevation, and we've got a post-tension cable end here that's showing. It needs to be covered up. It's called parging. You do it with cement, and that actually allows you to protect that end. And again, all the caulking around here is fouled completely. That's on the window. Yeah, these post-tension cable ends here are all showing. These are hydraulic cement, very cheap to buy. Again, we've got missing weep holes over the windows. The screen here is damaged. Again, the missing weep holes from over the windows. We have a broken window up here. That's at the rear elevation. And up here we've lost some mortar out of the joint here. That needs to be repointed, otherwise you're going to get water in. I'm at the right elevation in the small backyard, and you can see there's a lot of erosion here. This has got to be regraded. You've got to rebuild this up because it does actually threaten the foundation and the structure, and the erosion's caused, in my opinion, by the sprinkler system. And we've also got shingles here. Well, I don't know where they've come from. I hope they've not come from your roof. But we have shingles, they've been there for a while, we've got ants underneath them. Up here we've had a running secondary drain line from the AC. See how it's got rust all over? This would have penetrated the wall. I don't know whether it's been fixed, but certainly when we get up we'll have a look at the AC. But the AC, if it's still running, that's in urgent need of repair. And down here we've got a damaged vent. You can see the vent here. The louver is gone. That needs to be replaced, that vent. If you leave it like that, you're going to get birds nesting in it, guaranteed. We're now at the rear elevation of the garage. You have structural movement in this lintel here. You see how it's actually started to bow in the middle, and then we've got cracks here where the wall is moving out. There's a hole here just above the garage. Water's going to get in there. That needs to be sealed. It's also big enough for rodents to get in. Now this is how you need to address this lintel here. I'm looking over the wall and I'm looking to see if there's any cracks in the walls, and there's not. That's a good thing. So this little movement here appears to be just a little bit of common settlement. The solution is to repoint it. Don't caulk it with silicone, repoint it with cement all the way along here, so that that crack, which is basically a hole, this one here, these cracks here, these holes here, and this cracking around here needs to be repointed. It's just a bit of common settlement. It's not unusual to find it. What I was concerned about was whether the lintel was actually failing or the building was moving. In my opinion, the lintel's fine. It's not failing. But there is a bit of movement at this corner, and that's not unusual. We're on expansive soils in this area, and that can actually happen. So we're now at the right rear elevation. A little bit of erosion along here. Visual inspection of the roof. We're doing it from the ground. It's too high for me to reach on my ladders and too steep to climb on. Passive ventilation. I'm in the attic. We're in the upper attic. Now this AC unit's got a lot of rust in the tray, and there's a little bit of mould building up on the pipes here. Needs to be cleaned up, but worse than that, there's a leak here. There's ground here. This piece of wood here is wet. There's a drip coming down. That area there is soaked. This is a gas pipe. We don't want it getting rusty. There is the gas supply line. That in fact should have a drip on it, a drip leg, and it doesn't. So we've got a lot of rust around this area here, as well as in the tray. Rust down the bottom here. I recommend you get a AC engineer, take this apart and have a look at it, find out its true condition. It certainly will get called out by a home inspector. Well, we have the water heaters there. There must be access from another part of the building. Let's see if we can find our way to it. Again, we've got a gas line here without a drip leg on it. Filters look in good condition. Now all of these light fittings are plastic fittings. They should be metal. Plastic ones can break and shouldn't be used in attic spaces. We're in the upper attic. We're at the water heaters. We have considerable corrosion on the isolation valves and a lot of corrosion on the input to the water heater. That would indicate, and there's corrosion here, that would indicate that the heaters themselves are getting towards the end of their safe working life. The temperature pressure relief valve on this water heater, which is one on the left hand side, doesn't work. Temperature pressure relief valve on the right hand meter doesn't work. There are no drip legs on either of the supplies to the water heater. This vent hood on the right hand is incorrectly installed. It's going to allow flue gases to escape into the attic, and that needs to be replaced. I recommend that both the water heaters are replaced in the near future. You never can really trust them when they're in the attic area, because if they do go out, you'll get a flood and it will take your ceilings out. They don't last much more than 6 to 8 years in this part of the world because our water is so acidic. The ducting to the air conditioning unit, we're just beside the water heaters. Here's the water heaters, here's the hatchway, and you see the ducting has collapsed. It's now actually resting on the structure. It shouldn't be. Here is where it's suspended. For some reason it's either been taken apart or it's fallen apart, but you need to get that actually remedied because it will get called out by home inspector. This is the hatchway to the attic over the garage, and as such it also goes into the rest of the house, so I can get at this attic above the garage from either the media room or from here in the garage itself. Now because it's in the garage, this area here, along here, all of this should be sealed should be a fire sealant there. That's to prevent hot gases in the event of a fire getting up in between the structure here and into the attic. In addition, the actual hatch door here should have a weather seal on it, much the same as the weather seal on the door here. Let me look at this door. You can see it's got a weather seal. Now, in addition to a weather seal, this door should be self-closing. So the door's correct, it's self-closing, but we've got to have a weather seal fitted around this hatch to seal it, and the actual hatch assembly all the way around needs to be fire caulked to prevent fumes getting into the attic, because if fire gets into that attic, it'll spread to the rest of the house very quickly. The trip sensors on the small garage door are too low. They should be about 12 to 18 inches above the ground. Trip sensors on the large garage door are also too low. They've got to be taken up in height. This is the insulation. It's getting near to needing replacement. Down there, replace that insulation. It'll improve the efficiency of the unit, make it work a lot better. And we have water coming out of the secondary drain line, and it's affecting the walls, hitting the windows. It's dripping quite a considerable amount, running quite badly. Furnace is running. Yeah, we've got blue light in there, that's all running. We've got heat coming through into the house. This furnace is running too. Yeah, a lot of water in the drain pan. More water down here, it's leaking a lot. It's going to be coming through into the ceiling shortly. This is the water meter and the shut-off valve. But in Frisco, these are often locked, and there should be, somewhere in the front of the house, a shut-off valve for the house. Now, most times I can never find it. It's been buried by the landscapers. So I'm just going to look to see if I can. left-hand elevation, still looking for the clear out. Full clear out there, or drain is there. So that means the sewer clear outs are in this area. Again, I can't find them. Oh yes, I can. Yep, there's the clear out for the sewer there. But I can't find the shut-off valve for the front of the house. Okay, we've got functional flow, faucet running on the tub, faucet running on the shower. Just inspecting the full equipment. It's installed correctly, we've got ponding, which is right. The full filter line here. It's been in place for a while. blowers working. No other apparent leaks at the time of the inspection. The pool heater, gas heater, is burning.